The Tao of Self-Confidence, episode 768.
Welcome to the Tao of Self-Confidence, where I share stories of amazing women who have discovered their inner journey to self-confidence. Visit our website at thetaoofselfconfidence.com. Your inner journey to self-confidence awaits. Well, hello, friend. Welcome to the Tao of Self-Confidence, where I share stories of amazing women who have discovered their inner journey to self-confidence. I'm your host today, Sheena Yap Chan, and today I have an amazing lady on the show today. She is the founder and CEO of Muses, and I'm really excited to have her on and share her story with us today on self-confidence. So without further ado, I'm going to introduce you to Shirley Yang. Shirley, how are you today? Maybe you can fill in a little bit more about yourself to the listeners.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Sheena, for having me on. It's such an honor. I am the founder and CEO of Muses. We are a entrepreneurs and creators network where people hire and get hired for gigs. And I started the company 2 years ago following a long career in corporate America.
Thanks for sharing that. And Shirley, what's your cultural background?
Taiwanese.
Thanks for sharing that. And what'd be your favorite self-confidence quote?
My favorite self-confidence quote would be, "Don't worry about what other people think of you." I think that's something, it's so simple, but it's demonstrated itself true more than anything else.
Thanks for sharing that great quote. And it's always a great reminder, especially as Asian women, we're so worried about what other people think of us, right? I mean, it's like ingrained in our heads from the moment we're born, but we have to realize like it doesn't matter, right? Like you have to figure out what you want to do and who you want to be. And when you can figure out who you truly are, the right people will come to you. So thanks for sharing that great quote. And in your own words, how do you define self-confidence?
Self-confidence is being able to live your authentic self. I know that's been said so many times, but first, I think we have to do the work as knowing who we are, what we like digging deep within ourselves in order to live ourselves, live out the best life for ourselves. And once we do that, that's confidence. When you see a woman in her element, being her true self, that's a confident woman.
Thanks for sharing that great definition. And Shirley, what was your life like before your discovery of self-confidence?
I wouldn't say I was unconfident as my characteristic. It comes through here and there depending on different situations. I think, and sometimes it lasts longer than others, right? Depending on what's going on in my life. I'm not sure if that makes sense.
Yeah, totally. I mean, confidence is a journey that we go on forever, right? I mean, there's always new challenges, new roadblocks, new setbacks, new successes. It's always an up and down journey, like a roller coaster. It's never linear. So it's not like an ending that we face, right? It's like, yes, we celebrate confidence, and then the next day we don't celebrate confidence, right? It's like you're 110% confident, and then you're like minus 10% confidence. So that's why it's so important to work on ourselves every single day, like you mentioned, digging deep and figuring out what we want and don't want. And sometimes the things that come to us or that happens to us, it tests us, right? It tests our courage and our confidence and our strength as a person. And what was that point in your life when you realized, especially like creating your own company, what was like that aha moment that gave you the confidence to go out there and start your business?
So there were several put together. I want to say, starting young, I realized I'm always put in a situation where I'm typically the youngest or younger person in the group. I was born in September, so in my school year, I'm the younger kid, right? And then going into the workplace, I decided to apply for a job that I'm not sure if I was qualified for. And I, got the position. And that's always been sort of my mentality. I will throw myself into the fire because I know, I want to do that job. And then, I'll definitely work twice as hard to make sure that I fulfill, whatever is expected of me. So a lot of times, I surround myself with, I want to see people who are where I want to be or I look up to, right? And a lot of times they're older. And because of that, sometimes I would get a little intimidated. And this is younger, still speaking younger times, like teens and early 20s. And I would think just because they're older, maybe they're wiser, I probably would listen more to their opinions and, preface the things I say in front of them, just in case, I don't, just in case I'm not at their level. And then, by doing that a few years, I realized that actually I have a lot to contribute. I bring a lot to the table as well, despite my younger age, right? So then once I realized that's the aha moment, like several of them come through, where I'm in these groups or these gatherings, and I still feel like, hey, actually, what I'm thinking and what I bring to the table has a lot of value, and sometimes even more than, what I give myself credit for. That's when I realized I can speak up more. Right. And be more confident in the roles that I play, despite my age, my background in various social groups.
Thanks for sharing that. And, it's a great reminder, like as women, especially as Asian women, we do have a voice. We do have ideas that we can share to the world. And you know what? Not everyone's going to agree with it. And that's fine, right? Because we're not here to please everyone. We're just here to share out what we believe in. And, there's people out there who will resonate with you and say, hey, you know what? That's a good idea. Why? Let's, either they say, I'm with you or I'm for it, or maybe want to work with you on it. And, because of your realizations, what's your life been like now?
I think I feel more free. I feel more bold in outreach of opportunities, partnerships, friendships, because I believe in myself and what I bring is valuable.
Thanks for sharing that. And, if a woman's listening to your episode and she's in her own journey to self-confidence, what would be that one tip you'd give to her?
I would say that despite different backgrounds and what meets the eye, what's on the surface, majority of people, everyone has something to contribute. And that includes yourself, right? Don't let other people's opinions or what they say about you, I'm talking about if it's negative, bring you down, because they only see a side of you. Not everyone's going to know you as well as you know yourself.
Thanks for sharing that great tip. And if our listeners wanted to get to know a little bit more about you and what you do and check out some of your work, is there any links or social media profiles we can connect with?
Sure. So on Instagram, personal Instagram, I'm Shirley, Shirley. I got the first name as my handle. And then my company is musesapp.com.
Thanks for sharing that. And to our listeners, if you want to connect with Shirley, you can also head on over to the taoofselfconfidence.com and search for Shirley's name. Her show notes will pop up along with everything else that we talked about. And I really just want to thank Shirley today for taking the time to share her story and tips with us on self-confidence. So thank you so much, Shirley.
Thank you so much for having me.
Not a problem. It was really great having you on the show today. And to our listeners, be on the lookout for another new episode of another amazing woman's journey to self-confidence. And we'll talk to you soon. Bye for now. Thank you for tuning in to another amazing episode of The Tao of Self-Confidence. Get your free audiobook by visiting our website at thetaoofselfconfidence.com. Your inner journey to self-confidence awaits.